Okay. So yesterday we started with metals and non-metals. We did physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals both. Okay. So remember last time I gave you a reactivity series. So today I'm going to give this reactivity series once again, metal reactivity series, and how to learn it. I'll give you a trick to learn that, because that series is very important. You remember we did displacement reaction. In displacement reaction, metal plus metal salt will give the metal will replace only when it is a stronger metal than the metallic salt or metal. Okay. So for that, you should know the reactivity series. I'll share the textbook first of all, and then I'll give you the series. So if you remember from the chemical equation we did, this is a displacement reaction, metal plus metal salt in aqueous form. So if Fe is stronger than copper, then Fe will replace this copper. Okay, so FeSO4 plus copper. Okay, but if you see silver plus copper sulfate, and if you see the reactivity series, silver is a weaker metal as compared to copper. Okay, so silver will not replace copper from copper sulfate. Here you can see silver will not replace this copper because silver is a weaker metal, so it will not displace this copper. Okay, and hence there won't be any reaction. But if you have a reverse thing like copper plus silver nitrate, so copper is a stronger metal than silver, then you have copper will replace this silver. Okay, so you will have silver plus copper nitrate. Okay, now how do we learn this table? I'm going to give you write down, everyone please. You have already written it also, but still write down, or I'll show you. I'll write it on whiteboard, and I'll give you a trick also to learn it. Okay, so let me write it. Metal reactivity series. If you can remember without trick, it is okay, it is good. But if you are not able to learn it, you can use this trick to learn this series. First is potassium,
कैल्शियम,
पोटेशियम के बाद सोडियम होता है, not calcium after this. Okay, you remember the this thing, short form also, so you can write the symbols also over here. What is sodium? Na. Okay, then we have calcium, Ca. Then we have magnesium, Mg. Then we have aluminium, Al. Then we have carbon. Carbon is a non-metal, but it is included in the sequence, if you can remember well and good. Carbon. In all reactivity series, carbon and hydrogen is not included, but I am giving you the full one. Carbon के बाद zinc, Zn. Then iron, Fe, lead, Pb, hydrogen, H, copper, silver, gold, and then you have platinum, which we don't write, Cu, Ag, and Al. Okay. The trick is, see, first letter of the names, not of the symbol. Okay, so just see, please stop calling me a cute zebra. I like her calling something good. Okay, please stop calling me a cute zebra. I like her calling something good. Okay, so if you can remember this, P for potassium, S for sodium. These are first alphabet of the names of the metals. Okay, so this is metal reactivity series. In metal reactivity series, we have included hydrogen and carbon also. So these are most reactive metals and these are weak metals. Okay, weak metals, and these are strong metals or weak or most reactive metals. Okay, so reactivity decreases downwards. Okay, so potassium, please, sodium, stop, calcium, calling. See, there are two C's. So calling and cute is different. Cute is carbon. So calling, magnesium, me, aluminium, A, carbon, cute, zinc, zebra, iron, I, like, lead, like, hydrogen, her, copper, calling, silver, something, gold, good. Okay. So this way, if you can remember this way also, it is good. If you can learn this trick to remember. So anyway, any pattern you want, you have to remember, but this thing you have to remember. Okay, so whichever is easier way, remember this, because this is used in displacement reaction. If a stronger metal is there in displacement reaction, for example, Fe plus CuSO4.
I'm gonna go back to the slide only for 1 minute. Calling something good.
Done?
Yes, ma'am, done.
Okay, so in displacement reaction, if suppose iron plus copper, just observe, iron is stronger or copper is stronger. So let us see, iron is here and copper is at the bottom. So iron is stronger than copper. That means iron can replace this copper. So we'll have FeSO4 aqueous plus copper. Okay, so this way it takes place. But if you have Ag plus CuSO4 aqueous, what happens? Ag and Cu means silver and copper. So silver is weaker. Silver is weaker than copper. So it will not replace because it is a weaker metal as compared to copper. So no reaction will take place in this case. So displacement reaction will only take if this is a stronger metal than the metal which is present in the aqueous salt. Okay. So this way we use this metal reactivity series. So in this metal reactivity series, these are reactive metals, or you can say metals of high reactivity. Okay, metals of high reactivity. Then we have moderate reactivity. These are metals of moderate reactivity or medium reactivity. Okay, and these are metals of low reactivity. Okay, so potassium is the most reactive metal and gold is the least reactive metal. Okay, from the metal reactivity series, you can say that potassium is the most reactive metal and gold is the least reactive metal. So that is why these weaker metals, they are mostly available in free forms. Okay, means not in combined form, they are available in free forms. Okay, now what is the source of metal and how do we obtain them? We don't have metals as, because these are very highly reactive metals, so they are always in combined form. They will have some they won't exist in free form because they are very highly reactive, so they will react with some other things and they will be in combined form. But these metals, weaker metals, they are available, some of them are available in free form also in Earth's crust. Okay, so what is the source of these metals? How do we obtain these metals? Okay, a metal's main source is Earth's crust. You know what is crust? Okay, Earth में crust, mantle and core is there. 3 layer of Earth is there. Okay, so main source of metal is Earth's crust. Okay, but metals, they exist, they do not exist in free form. Okay, we have to extract metal. Okay, so how do we get these metals? There is one term, minerals. Minerals are there, minerals are present in Earth's crust. Okay, from which metals are obtained. Okay, so what are minerals actually? I'll give you a definition of minerals. Okay, so mineral is a naturally occurring substance which has uniform composition. Okay, so mineral is anything naturally occurring which is present in Earth's crust. A naturally occurring substance which has uniform composition is called mineral. Okay, and these minerals are the source of metal. Okay, now the minerals from which metals can be extracted are called as ores. Okay, so what are ores? So all ores are mineral, but all minerals cannot be ore. Understood? Means those minerals from which metals can be extracted are called as ores. So metals will be extracted, those minerals are called as ores, whereas from all the minerals, metals cannot be extracted. Okay, so those minerals from which metals are extracted are called as ores. Okay, so what are ores? Because all minerals, just a moment, I'll just put it over here in that. See, every mineral, many nahi hai, may not contain a resource in sufficient quantity. Means metal in enough quantity is not present in all the minerals. Okay, so those minerals from which a metal can be extracted, this one is called as ores. Okay, you can delete this line, no need to write this line. Okay, so the resources can be profitably extracted from minerals from some selected sources only. Minerals from which a metal can be profitably extracted are called ores. So definition of ore is very important. There is difference between minerals and ores. Okay, minerals are all naturally occurring substance present in Earth's crust which has uniform composition. Okay, but all minerals, from all the minerals, metals cannot be extracted profitably. Okay, only from those minerals, minerals from which a metal is extracted profitably are called as ores. Okay, so understood the difference between mineral and ore?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now getting a pure metal from ore is the branch of metallurgy. Metallurgy deals with you know, this is a branch of physics also. This is a branch of engineering also. Metallurgy is a branch of engineering or branch of science that deals with extraction of
Metals from
yes, pure metals from ore. Okay, so there are various processes. Using these processes, metals are extracted from the ores, because ores is actually, they are minerals, and minerals में impurity भी रहता है, other metals are also there. So you have to extract the pure metal from its ore. That branch of science is called as metallurgy. Okay. Okay, so there is a chart in your textbook. It is given in short. I'll give you the same chart and I'll write what happens. I'll first of all show that chart. Have you written this? Three terms we have read: minerals, ores, and metallurgy. And now we are going to study extraction of metals from ores. It is in shortcut only, so we'll just present a chart and you will understand how metals are extracted. There are various steps involved in this extraction of pure metals. Okay, so can I stop sharing this?
Yes.
Okay, I'll share textbook now. You can see the chapter. So this is the chart which I'm going to draw now. This is written, you can see over here. I'll explain from here and then I'll make the chart once again, because then I'll write the points also over here. So this is ore. Concentration of ore means in this process, whatever impurities are there in the ore is removed. So it is called as concentration of ore. Now this, after concentration of ore, there are it is divided into three parts, because we have three types of metals: high reactive metals, medium reactivity metals, reactive metals, and low reactive metals. So for metals which are very highly reactive metals, those metals, in those metals are extracted using electrolysis. Because see, main broad processes are, first ores are oxidized and then reduced, and then it is the metal is extracted. These are the main processes. Okay, but here what happens, highly reactive metals, usually they occur in the form of oxides only. Okay, naturally they occur in the form of oxide. For example, if you take aluminium, when it is extracted from aluminium oxide ore, which is called as bauxite. Okay, ore of aluminium is bauxite, not there in your book, but extra information only. Ore, oxide ore of aluminium, name is bauxite. Okay, now since aluminium comes in high reactive metals, so they already are in the form of oxide. Okay, so they have to get reduced. Okay, now these, how these highly reactive metals are reduced, because oxide ore है, इसका मतलब aluminium के साथ oxygen भी है. I have to remove Al2O3 dot something is there. Formula is like that, water crystallization, everything is there. So now, because this oxygen, I want only aluminium, I have to extract aluminium. So I have to remove this oxygen. Okay, in other ores क्या होता है, just by reduction reaction, this is removed, oxygen is removed. But in highly reactive metals, this affinity, these are bounded very by strong bond, because this is very highly reactive metal. So ये बहुत tight bond है. Okay, so for removing this, you cannot use reduction reaction, you have to use electrolysis. Okay, so electrolysis of molten ore is done, and after doing electrolysis means by electricity, this aluminium and oxygen is separated and you get aluminium, pure metal. Okay, so this is a normal process for highly reactive metal. I gave you an example of aluminium because it is highly reactive metal. Now, if you have metals of medium reactivity, they can have carbonate ore or sulfide ore. Okay, so carbonate ore is reduced, it is oxidized first, okay, and then reduced. Sorry, calcination is actually, this is oxidation. Okay, I'll write in detail. अभी यहाँ पे लिख दे रही हूँ short में. So metals from, see, concentration हुआ, medium reactivity metals के two types of ores are there, carbonate or sulfide ores. Okay, carbonate ores are oxidized. What did I tell you? These ores are first oxidized, means oxides are formed, and then they are reduced. Okay, because by reduction you get metals in a proper way. Okay, so that is why first oxides are formed, तो carbonate का oxidation करते हैं in presence of oxygen and in absence of oxygen. Two methods are there, calcination and roasting. So you get oxide of metals, then these oxides are reduced either by electrolytic reduction or by just simple reduction reaction, adding carbon and all, okay, reducing agent के presence में, and then they are purified so that any other metal any other metals are there, they are removed, so it is purified. Metal of low reactivity are mostly sulfide ores, roasting करते हैं, then metal refining, reduce metal reduction, and then metal refining. Okay, I'll give you this chart in detail so that from the chart only you will understand what happens. Okay, so I'll just share whiteboard. Okay, so first is topic is, write down the topic, extraction of metals based on their reactivity. Okay, adjust the whiteboard first. So first we have ore. Ores are the mineral. Next step is concentration of ore. Concentration of ore means removal of impurities from ore. So there are various processes of concentration of ore also, but because it is not there, so we are not doing it in detail. Concentration of ore or enrichment of ore, anything you can say. It is removal of impurities from ore. Okay, so now when you remove, first step is removal of impurities. Now we have three types of metals: metals of high reactivity, metals of low reactivity,
Metals of medium reactivity.
yeah, बीच में metals of medium reactivity. So metals of high reactivity, example is sodium, potassium, magnesium, aluminium. So you can write Na, K, Mg, Al. Okay, next is metals of medium reactivity. This is Zn, zinc, Fe, Pb, and the last one is metals of low reactivity, CuAg. These are low reactive metals. Okay, so I already told you metals high reactivity जो होते हैं, they usually exist in the form of oxides only. So what we have to do, because they have greater affinity with oxygen, तो oxygen remove करने के लिए you cannot use simple reduction reaction. Okay, reducing agent से कुछ नहीं होगा. So what we do electrolysis. Electrolysis of molten ore. And then you get pure metal. Okay, why is the reason that they do not undergo normal reduction reaction? Because they have very high affinity, very high reactive metal cells, or high affinity with oxygen, and that is why they have to be separated using electrolysis. This is a strong force, so separate kiya electrolysis se. Now what happens in medium reactive metals? They can have two types of ore, carbonate ore and sulfide ore. So they can have either carbonate ore, for example, okay, I'll give, and sulfide ore. One example I'll give, like zinc carbonate and zinc sulfide. These are the names of zinc carbonate, example, and zinc sulfide. These are the ores, okay, which occur naturally in the form of mineral. And after purification, we have ZnCO3 and ZnS. So the carbonate ores, these undergo calcination. Okay, now what is calcination? Because these are carbonate, I have to convert it into oxide ore. So step is to oxide, they have to form oxides. Okay, carbonate se oxide kaise banega? By calcination. So what is calcination? Calcination is because they already have oxygen in it. So heat, calcination is heat in absence of, heating the ore in the absence of oxygen. Calcination is the process of heating ore in the absence of oxygen. Okay. Now, when we do this zinc carbonate gets converted into oxide ore. Okay. Now, I have told you oxide पहले बनाते हैं, फिर reduce करते हैं, oxygen remove करेंगे उसमें से. Okay. And यहाँ पे the sulfide ores, they undergo roasting. Roasting because यहाँ पे oxygen नहीं है. So this is heating in presence of oxygen. So difference between calcination and roasting is okay. So roasting is done in presence of air and calcination is done in the absence of air. Okay. Now, after doing this process, why did we do this? This is to convert, we got oxides of the ore. Okay. Because of this process, if it is a carbonate ore, it will undergo calcination. Calcination, why? Because I have to convert it into oxides of ore. Okay, we got it oxides now. Oxides of ore we have got. So oxygen is already there. So it is to be heated in the absence of oxygen or in the absence of air also you can say. And sulfide ore is roasting, undergoes roasting, which is heating in the presence of air or oxygen. So both of these processes responsible for making formation of oxide. So we got now oxide ore. Okay, oxide mil gaya hai. Abhi oxide ore ka oxide I have to remove. Okay, and then we'll get the pure metal. So how will we remove oxide? Oxide will remove by This next step is reduction of metal using reducing agent like carbon. Okay, so reduction of metal, simple using carbon. Okay, here you cannot do this reduction of metal using carbon because यहाँ पे बहुत tight bonding है with oxygen, high reactive metals में. But here you can do because they are not that strong metals, they are medium reactive metals. So you can use reduction using carbon. Okay, and after reduction you will get metal which is then purified. So after this purification of metal, यहाँ पे you got metal, but metal में कुछ दूसरे metal की impurities भी होती है. So last step is purification of metal, okay, which is done by electrolytic refining. छोटा हो सकता है क्या ये? Electrolytic refining. This is called as electrolytic refining. Okay, so ये वाला complete हो गया. Now coming to metals of low reactivity. Mostly they exist in the form of sulfide ore only. Okay, so they exist in the form of sulfide ore. Now you know sulfide ore का कैसा होता है. Same process will go on. Sulfide ore will be converted into example. Okay, I'll give you example. CuS, AgS. You can write CuS. These are the ores. Okay, sulfide ore. Sulfide ore क्या undergo करता है? They undergo roasting. So roasting, or always remember sulfide ores undergo roasting. Okay, means ROAS. Already given what is roasting, heating in the presence of oxygen. Now after roasting you will get oxide of ore. Okay, same process repeated. So you will after this you will get यहाँ पे oxides of ore you can write, or metal oxide you will get, metal oxide which is reduced, reduction using carbon. Same step is repeated, reduction using carbon, and then you get metal. Metal is not pure, so again this is what reduction using carbon. You will get impure metal in this stage. Okay, here you get impure metal. So metal is purified using electrolysis. So here you will have purification of metal, which is electrolytic. Same step hai, so you can write the same steps. Electrolytic refining, which is purification of metal. So understood this chart now, clear? Three types of, according to these are the steps according to metal reactivity series. These are the steps. First, always remember cleaning of ore means concentration of ore में जो dust है, sand है, those things are removed. Okay, and this is purification of metal, means other metal impurities are removed in this step. Okay, so there is difference between this removal of impurities from ore and removal of impurities from metal. Okay, so these two are different steps. First step भी वही है, last step भी वही है. यहाँ पे ores में से, mineral में से impurity we are removing, then we get ore which is which can be divided into three types. So highly reactive metals already exist in oxide ore, so they are separated. Oxygen is separated by electrolysis, and then the metal we get is a pure metal. क्योंकि एक ही electrolysis में we get pure metal. Here we have medium reactivity में ores can be carbonate or sulfide ore. It is carbonate ore. It is converted into oxide by calcination, means heating in absence of oxygen, and if it is sulfide ore, it is heated in presence of oxygen and to convert it into metal oxide, okay, or oxide ore, you can say. So here you can write metal oxide. You are getting metal oxide over here. Now this oxide I have to remove. This can be simply removed because it is a moderate reactive metal. It can be removed by reduction reaction using carbon or any reducing agent. Here we'll get impure metal. This impure metal is purified by electrolytic refining. Again, electrolysis is used. Okay. Now metals of low reactivity, this whole steps get repeated because these are usually sulfide ore. Okay. So the same steps repeated over here. So these are the various steps involved in extraction of metal from the ore. Okay, so let me check what is written. Okay, now purification for reduction ke liye three things are required. Displacement reaction is also used. Okay, it is given in your textbook. Displacement reaction or using reducing agent, any way can be used to form the metal, impure metal. Okay, so let me share the textbook. Okay, can I stop sharing? Everyone has noted?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, you can see over here. Now, see, some names are given which you can learn because HGS, this is a sulfide ore of Hg is mercury. Okay, name of this ore is called as cinnabar. Okay, so this is a sulfide ore of mercury is called as cinnabar. Common name is cinnabar. HGS. HGS is a weak metal. So you can see pehle, in the press because sulfide ore hai. So what is this process? This is roasting because you are heating it in the presence of oxygen to obtain oxide, metal oxide and sulfur dioxide. Okay. Now this metal oxide, what was the next step? You have to reduce. So heating it, HgO decompose into Hg and O2. Okay. So here you wrote here you wrote reduction of metal. Reduction of metal में एक तो होता है, three reactions can be used. One you have written using reducing agent like carbon. Okay. Second is decomposition reaction. And third is displacement reaction. Any one of these reaction can be used to reduce the metal. Okay. So these three reaction they are explaining over here. You can see first one is metal oxide, ये roasting हुआ in the presence of oxygen, roasting हुआ, metal oxide is formed. Metal oxide is reduced by decomposition reaction. ये heat किया तो decompose हो गया, Hg and O2 got separated. Okay, remember decomposition reaction when one reactant breaks down into two or more products. So ये one method हो गया. Next is metal in the bottom of reactivity series Ag, Au are least reactive, found in native state, but some of them are also found in combined state, like iron, zinc, lead. They are moderately reactive. So इनके converted into, prior to reduction, these are converted into oxides. Okay, so these are see sulfide ore है. अगर zinc sulfide है तो presence of oxygen में roasting होगा. If zinc carbonate है तो absence of oxygen में it is heated and it decomposes into ZnO and CO2. You can see this is calcination, this is roasting. Okay, you have drawn the chart and here the reactions are given. Zinc sulfide, zinc का sulfide ore, when it is, because it is sulfide तो roasting होगा. Always remember sulfide ore undergo roasting to make metal oxide and carbonates undergo calcination to make oxides. Okay, so this way, because our purpose is to make oxide and then reduce. पहले oxide बनाते हैं फिर reduce करते हैं. Okay, this way extraction is better. That is why it is done. Now you got metal oxide. So second reaction I told you in the presence of, this is a reduction reaction using carbon. So zinc oxide is reduced using carbon into zinc metal and carbon monoxide. Okay, and third reduction reaction is using displacement reaction. For example, ये देखो iron oxide और है, iron को oxide में convert किया, and then aluminium के presence में, because aluminium is a stronger metal than iron, so iron gets separated and aluminium oxide you will get. This type of reaction is called as thermite process. Okay, this displacement reaction where aluminium displaces this iron from iron oxide is called as thermite process. Very useful in welding of rail tracks and other heavy machineries. Okay, so three reduction reaction, reduction of metal from metal oxide is done by three reactions. You can write in the chart also reduction जहाँ पे लिखा है, reduction using carbon, then reduction using displacement reaction or decomposition reaction. So any three reactions can be used to convert metal oxide into metal. Okay, what is happening? Already told you aluminium is extracted using electrolysis. Okay, now we have not done chemical properties of non-metals. Remember chemical properties of metals may we did 4 reactions. Metals react with oxygen to form metal oxide. Okay, metals react with acid to form hydrogen and metal salt. Metal react with water to form cold water, hot water, differently it reacts, and steam it reacts to form hydroxide and oxides. Okay, these were the reaction which we studied yesterday. Now what happens with non-metals? Non-metals is sulfur reacts with oxygen to form non-metal oxide. Okay, so non-metal reacts with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and water. Oxygen reacts to form water. Okay, many non-metals form more than one oxide, you know, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. So many non-metals, like unlike metals, non-metals form more than one oxide, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. Okay, when carbon is burnt in the absence of oxygen or scarcity of oxygen, then it is carbon monoxide. अगर surplus of oxygen में carbon is burnt, then it is carbon dioxide. Okay, ample supply of air में carbon dioxide is formed, and limited supply of oxygen में carbon monoxide is formed. Okay, so that is why enclosed room में if you are burning something and you sleep throughout the night, what will happen? That thing burns in the absence of oxygen, because most of the oxygen you have used, okay, while sleeping. So carbon monoxide is formed. People die also if this situation occur, because carbon monoxide is very dangerous gas. Similarly, nitrogen also forms series of oxide. N2O is called as laughing gas. Okay, name है nitrous oxide, chemical name, or common name है laughing gas. Nitric oxide, NO, dinitrogen trioxide, N2O3. So these many non-metal oxides, it's not necessary that only one non-metal oxide will be formed. Many multiple non-metal oxides can be formed. Okay, nature of oxides of non-metal. If you remember, oxides of metals are basic in nature. I have told you. Oxides of metals are, remember this is very important, oxides of metals are basic in nature. Okay, but oxides of non-metals are acidic in nature. Okay, so you can see carbon dioxide, it is acidic. It reacts with, why? Because when it reacts with water, it forms acid. Whereas oxides of metals, when it reacted with water, it formed base. Okay, so that is why oxides of metals are basic in nature, whereas oxides of non-metals are acidic in nature, because when non-metal oxide reacts with water, it forms acid. Sulfur trioxide plus water, sulfuric acid. This is responsible for acid rain because sulfur dioxide present in atmosphere forms sulfur trioxide when further reacts with SO3 O. So SO2, SO3 present in the atmosphere when it reacts with rain water. Okay, acid is formed, which is sulfuric acid, and results in acid rain. Okay, understood? If you have read, I think it is there in your syllabus also. Acid rain hoga pollution chapter mein. Okay, dinitrogen pentaoxide forms nitric acid with water. So these are the reactions, how non-metallic oxides when react with water form acid. So that is why nature of oxide of non-metals are acidic, and oxides of metals are basic in nature because they form base when they react with water. Okay, now in this way you can see, because they are acidic in nature, these non-metallic oxides, they are basic in nature, so they will react with acid to form salt and they are acidic in nature, so they will react with base. They are acidic, so they will react with base to form salt and water. Neutralization reaction. Remember, metallic oxides are basic in nature, so they react with acid to form salt and water, except aluminium oxide, because it is amphoteric. It reacts with both acid as well as base. Amphoteric. Okay, because it can, it acts as acid also, it acts as base also. So it can react with acid also. When it reacts with acid, it will behave like a base. When it reacts with base, it will behave like an acid. So except aluminium oxide, which is amphoteric in nature, means both acidic and basic behavior, other metallic oxides are basic in nature and they react with acid to form salt and water. Okay, so I think this much is there in this chapter. Last section is uses of metal, which is important. Go through it. Where it is used, just general uses hai. Utensils, gold, silver, jewelries, malleable, so construction purposes, cells and batteries. So these are important. Go through it. Uses of non-metals. Medicines में use करते हैं. Sulfur is used in medicine. Pesticides or fertilizer. These are non-metals. Okay. Most of sulfur converted into sulfuric, which is king of chemical and is used to make variety of other chemicals. So you can see these are uses and uses of metals and non-metals. So that is all in this chapter. Tomorrow we'll start with carbon and its compound, the last chapter of our science section, physics and chemistry. Okay. Is there any doubt in metals and non-metals? Just divide the chapter like first part में metals and non-metals की physical properties, second part में metals and non-metals की chemical properties. Okay, chemical properties today we did non-metal का, yesterday we did metals का. 4 types of reactions are there in metals, but in non-metals, non-metals do not react with water. So that is why we didn't study about reaction of non-metals with water. Okay, we just studied about reaction of non-metals with oxygen. Means non-metal oxide is formed and what is the nature of oxide. Okay, and then we did reactivity series and the extraction of metals from ore. So these are the 5 sections in this. Okay, my camera is off. These are the 5 sections in this chapter, metals and non-metals. Is it clear, this chapter? Is there any doubt in this chapter?
No, ma'am.
Fine. So go through this chapter and please write the equations in your notebook. Everyone, write all the equations in your notebook. What happens when? Okay, when this thing reacts with this, what is roasting, what is calcination, everything you have to remember and write in terms of reactions. Reactions are important in inorganic chemistry. Okay, so that's all for today's class. See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.